Well, we want to welcome you to the director's commentary of Screening Caine, and I am Rob Polis, the co-creator and star of the film.
And I'm Greg Polis, the co-creator and director and principal photographer
There you go.
and cameo actor.
Nice. Well,
Welcome.
I wouldn't call it acting.
Oh.
Um,
So here's our film company, Paw Past the Zipper.
this whole intro sequence, it was my idea. I'm pretty sure.
I think it was your idea. And we spent a lot of time with the getting the angles just right because we wanted to expose this very
Subtly.
subtly.
And
Correct.
because we're freaks.
We're free.
And if it's just not perfect, it's no good.
Now we filmed this in a hotel room. Went and checked in, rented the room with a video camera and some light equipment, and these two guys around 12 o'clock on a weekday. And the clerk at the desk thought we were suspicious when we checked out 2 hours later with smiles on our faces.
That was nice.
Yes.
That's not the first time I've gotten that feeling in a hotel.
Uh,
Let me tell you. I think you devised the titling there.
yes, with the Adobe After Effects.
Which
It
was nice.
Very exciting.
I thought it was a nice touch.
Thank you.
That's a lamp that we used in the film there.
Yes,
Now
here's the hotel room.
That was the default hotel lamp.
Now, if you notice, the teapot here has some
Significance.
room temperature tap water. Not really
It's
tea.
not really tea. It's a
Yeah.
movie trick.
Movie.
We didn't want to share that, but we did. I spent a lot of time cutting those faces out, by the way,
Right.
of myself, so that was very gratifying.
Now here we are leaving the hotel room in Chicago and going to my former place of employment in Birmingham, Michigan. Here's our mother eating her Godiva chocolates.
We thought she'd be good for the role because that's what she does anyway.
Right.
But she usually doesn't look like that.
Sometimes.
Right.
Yeah. What a great acting job.
Yes. Well, I wouldn't call it acting.
Well, she's playing a character
That's
actor.
a good point by you.
Thanks.
That's a turtleneck, which actually belongs to my wife. But we thought it looked English, so I wore
There's
it.
our dad, who made a brief cameo as Jeff Mueller.
Now, this is a sequence that I, again, thought of as a great way to bust into the scene where Michael Caine is talking with his agent Swifty about a script. And this kind of sets up the whole film.
And this does set the history of why Michael Caine is a complete freak.
Yes.
Now you can see that we had some lighting issues here. Everyone looks a little red-faced, and
I have dots in my eyes.
you've got dots all over your face.
We didn't have the resources to digitally edit that, or we did, but we didn't want to do it.
Right. It was a decision between taking the lights that are adding in lightsabers.
Yeah.
We didn't do either of them. But,
Greg chose to use his time to make a video of himself with a lightsaber instead, which is really neat.
Thanks, Rob.
That's at WCSX Studios.
Right.
That was filmed on location.
On location in Southfield, Michigan.
That's John Newton, my buddy and bandmate.
One of the classic scenes of the film right here.
John is perfect for the role because he's old and Kaji is just as Swifty is.
Correct.
But not that old. I mean,
Now, Swifty Lazar was actually Michael Caine's literary agent, but we thought the name was cool, so we...
plus we didn't know his other agent.
Right, so we made him the agent. Here's our mother again with the very freaky scene.
It's a juxtapositioning of the scene.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's correct,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I like to say
Sounds
that
good.
anyway.
I think we could have done that on the Foley stage.
Yes, perhaps not.
And here's Rob going into the dark room. It's actually light as day. And the first screen test starts. Goodfellas.
We chose to make it black and white to really create a difference or separation between the screen test and the rest of the film, which I think worked out nicely.
Yeah, and we added the grain, the
Yes.
film grain, as well as the jittering, and
Right.
the projector sound. Even though you wouldn't hear the projector sound.
Yes, it's kind of your brain wants to hear it, so we put it in there, and I think it works nicely.
It's what the public wanted.
We like to give the people what they want,
Right.
and since they don't tell us what they want, we give it to them anyway.
Now we had to make a decision here, and we went ahead and with the full profanity, which I think worked to great effect in our film.
Yes, this is the Goodfellas sequence. We thought would be funny.
This was actually what gave us the idea for the entire movie. Was,
Yeah.
the Goodfellas sequence.
That's correct.
And we just went to town with the F word.
Which is always funny.
Right. Oh yeah.
When you can't be too funny and have good material, you should just swear, and it usually works.
Say the F word. Now we did some Foley stage work here actually coming up.
That's Bob Turner, who is a coworker of mine. A genuine a-hole, so he was perfect for this part.
Didn't require much acting at all.
Not at all.
That's okay. And here's Rob's reading from the trial version script, which was our screenplay written with a demo software program.
Right, which was funny. Which made it hard to read some lines I might have forgotten because it says trial version in big letters over the script.
Which you can see at one point in one of these screen tests.
That's what we call a film blooper.
Blooper.
There's not many of those in this film because it's almost perfect.
So here comes Rob. I think he's going to start have a little
scuffle.
Fight.
Foley stage.
Foley stage scuffle. Here we go.
You can hear that.
Let's listen.
Let's listen.
Oh. Nice.
I think that was well done.
That was a lot of
there
fun.
We were playing off of, Michael Caine's English distinguished gentleman type persona where he didn't want to swear, but only if it was necessary.
And here comes my big cameo as Joe Pesci wearing a baseball cap.
Oh yeah, this was good. I coached Greg on his line. Let's listen.
That brings back fond memories, Rob.
That's Brett, my buddy.
Here we are back in the hotel room.
We added that in later, those flashbacks. We thought it helped add some continuity to the film. And, just showing that was on his mind at all times, and this is why he's in such anguish and needs to get his Blue Zorro mask.
This is one of the classic scenes in the film, and a great example of filming with what props you have available.
Right. And I saw that in our house and thought it was funny, so I thought we'd incorporate that into the film in some form or fashion. I also decided not to shave that day.
Oh, this was a good scene. Little tight quarters here in the bathroom in the hotel.
Yes.
This scene in the edited version moves along much more quickly than in the extended release.
Yes.
That's pretty funny. This is an homage to Richard Harris, who
recently passed
on, unfortunately.
Little did we know we were going to be making an homage because he was still alive at the time.
And we're still waiting to hear if he actually saw this film, which we mailed a copy of to Michael Caine. So
friends with Richard Harris.
He could have seen it.
It's possible.
And it could have been the cause of his death.
That's very possible.
Yeah. I was standing over Rob on the bed, which I've done before, but this time we were actually filming a movie.
Yes. Not the first time I had been straddled by Greg, but the first time with a camera.
Definitely
anyway.
not the last, I hope.
Well.
Yeah. Here's a great telephone scene.
Yeah, that's neat.
That helps break up the.
That was Greg's idea.
Angles. Oh, thank you.
There's another flashback. No, we're going into the scene, so we're slowly revealing it with a nice whiteout here. And we had some Star Wars effects, which was John Newton's. Was that John Newton's idea?
Yeah, it's John Newton's idea.
Which was beautiful.
Great idea.
He scored the film.
Which was fantastic.
The guy who plays Swifty, it was great, and it gave him his first chance to score a short film.
Right.
And I think this is the Yoda sequence where he's playing Yoda, and we talked about post-syncing and doing voice roles because that's something he mentioned in his book, Michael Caine did.
Which is where we got a lot of the material for the inside jokes.
It's called Acting in Film by Michael Caine. It's a great read. I highly suggest it if you get the time.
This plays on our fascination with Star Wars.
Yes.
Not ours, but probably most of the population's fascination.
Good point by you.
Thank you.
Hey, you're sitting on my sword.
Good one.
Thank you.
We have hours and hours of B-roll footage
Most of it nude.
Most of it nude and horrible.
Nude. Oh, I wouldn't say that's horrible.
Well,
there's a different market for that.
Yeah, well, yeah.
There's a lot of money to be made.
We filmed a lot of footage to make this stuff.
Yes.
And just got the right takes.
Many takes in the screen test.
Yeah.
Because it involved tons of dialogue, which I didn't really want to memorize.
You can see Rob reading the trial version screen test, which kind of works out since he doesn't know the parts yet.
Yeah,
his character doesn't. Michael Caine doesn't.
Although in reality, you wonder how often an actor would go in to read for a role unprepared like that.
That's a great question.
But Caine, a guy like Caine, maybe he's so confident that he feels he doesn't need to.
True. Maybe James Lipton has the answer.
That would be nice. In many cases, though, somebody like Michael Caine might not even have to read for a part because of his,
star power.
Star power.
Yeah, he's got a name with star power.
Which we reference in the film.
Correct. And here he is with his wacky Star Wars inaccuracies.
Yes. Only funny if you know Star Wars.
True. Well, this whole movie is only funny if you know the movie.
That's nice. That's true.
Parodies.
Yes.
Now you see the first or second costume change here. You can notice the subtle changes in Michael Caine's glasses.
Yeah, we were trying to reflect different times with age and things.
And he's supposed to be in his 40s and 50s throughout this whole thing. I think he did a great job, Rob, portraying a 40 or 50-year-old man.
I know 40 or 50-year-old men, and that's what I based it on.
Yeah.
I've met some of them.
Now you'll notice the wig. The wig has not changed much.
Well, that hair never goes out of style.
Now we did buy the wig at the search for the wig was a long and lengthy search, but we finally found the right one.
Roxy Salon.
Roxy Salon. I think we were one of the few non-cancer patients purchasing wigs.
Yes.
Which was a breath of fresh air for her.
They took us very seriously.
Yeah. I think we still have to send them a copy of this. Actually.
I think so.
Yeah. Not a lot of background information on the screen test.
What do you
filmed in my recording studio in my basement, in front of a black drape.
Yep.
And that's about it.
A lot of it was ad lib. Most of the funny stuff was kind of ad lib by the actor, me.
Right, correct, the actor.
So, although when I co-produce and help direct the film, I look at myself as different individuals. So I often find myself talking to myself.
You never know who you are at any given time.
Right, which then again creates its own problem. So there's a conflict internally there.
We had to take several breaks because it got really warm in the room. This is a small studio, and we had construction lighting for our 2 or 3 point lighting. And
I've also been told by many people that I give off a lot of body heat.
So that probably contributed.
Yeah.
But there were a few times when the light started to smoke and melt, and we had to turn them off and
oh, that was me.
Air out the room.
Oh.
Here's this 1970s collar.
That's a
style.
quote. The Malice is a quote from the actor studio with James Lipton. We took a lot of stuff from that, which he had some funny comments in.
It was a delight.
It was a delight.
Another change of glasses. Looks like drugstore amber visions without the
Yeah, I think that's
shading.
pretty much what they are.
And now, is it true that you couldn't see through many of those glasses?
I couldn't see through any of them other than the safety goggles. They didn't have any prescription.
The safety.
Yeah, actually, I was wearing safety goggles at one
Which
point.
is coming up, I think.
I think that was already. I think I saw them. Yeah.
Okay. Hopefully, it'll
But
come
I
up
couldn't
again.
see them, so it was hard. I had to read the script and kind of peek under the lenses. Oh no, these are not safety goggles. These are a different pair of glasses.
Where'd you get those?
I think they were in our closet at Mom's house.
Closet glasses.
I don't know.
Costume closet. Costume drawer.
In the costume room.
Costume room. Here's another dick joke that we like to make
Dick
throughout
jokes
the film.
are very good.
Dick jokes are funny.
They cannot be overused.
Here's another dick joke here.
No.
Yeah.
What?
Extra special terrestrial.
But that's not a... No.
Sure, it's a dick joke.
Okay.
Come on.
I
This
call-
whole film is actually
That's a
based
skin
on
chandelier joke.
based on dick jokes.
Yes. Most of these last screen tests here were ad-libbed. We just thought of different movies and just rolled film.
We just went with it.
Rolled film, as they say.
Yeah, or roll tape in this
That
case.
too.
Yeah. Tape is cheap. Print is dead.
I agree.
Yeah.
I collect spores, molds, and fungus.
Ah.
That was a great right
Here's
there.
one of my favorites.
The only problem here is that I'm too muscled for Michael Caine's physique, which is, we almost cut that because of that.
And your teeth are way too nice.
Yeah, I would
Because
agree.
you're not English.
That was not accurate. Now here's the I-990 scene.
Right, correct. The typewriter font.
Kind of looks like
Well, this is
I-990.
filmed in my condo.
Kitchen.
Upstairs from where the recording studio is, where we filmed the screen test.
In an effort to save funds, we filmed much of it in familiar locations.
Correct.
I think it all worked out nicely.
Now here's the famous poster sequence, which took a couple of... Ooh, Elmer's.
That was my idea.
Elmer's.
I'd like to take credit for that because I think it's a fabulous shot.
Me too.
It's the Elmer's perspective
That's the
shot.
the Elmer's perspective camera in the
Closet.
in the cupboard.
Camera in the cupboard.
Yeah. Now that took a couple of takes there, I think, to throw
We
those
wanted
down.
to get that right.
And we don't want to show that that's Goodfellas yet, but by now I think you
You
kind of
probably know. This again was one of my last minute ideas. A lot of these on the fly things, putting my initials on there instead of
MC
just
for
glue,
Michael Caine.
which I think is great.
So I think the first take you actually just put a scribble of
squiggly,
glue,
and I thought, oh
glue.
wait a minute,
So here he is covering up Joe Pesci, who got the role instead of him.
that prick.
That prick. And some of this we had to explain. Ooh, now that took some
We
takes
took several
too.
takes of that.
I think that came off quite nicely.
That's one of Greg's favorite shots there, the scene to the side where I turn my head.
I just love it.
Not sure why.
Now this is my bedroom, which Rob sees a lot of.
Nothing ever happens in there. This is the secret closet, which everyone has, a little compartment trap door.
Yeah, this is my closet.
It's a good-looking closet.
And here's the
Now
back
there's
into the studio, to
Greg's-
the furnace room.
Greg's actually holding up that rack of clothes to create the
Illusion.
yes, that I'm walking through the closet into a secret room.
And if you go back and pause it, I think you can see part of my hand.
And part of his arm.
Part of my arm? Yeah.
But he's so darkly skinned and olive skinned, it kind of blends in the
Correct.
environment.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Yes, I am. Now this we melted a lot of wax, a lot of candles. We set fire to a poster almost.
Yeah. And we used a lot of my wife's old dolls that had a lot of meaning to her.
So you'll notice that if the careful viewer will notice that the candles melt rather quickly. The further
Yeah.
along we get in the
It was
in
a
the
high
scene.
pressure situation for filming.
While this scene's probably only a couple of minutes, it took more than several hours to film.
While there's a lot of swearing in the screen test, there was even more swearing by Greg during the filming of this scene because he felt like we might burn the basement down.
Yeah, I didn't want that to happen. Now, that poster, by the way, is still hanging in my furnace room
Yes, which is kind of creepy.
as an homage.
Not as creepy as that, though. Did you see that? Oh, my God. Look at that.
Now, this is Michael Caine's little secret room, obviously, where
Yes.
it's his shrine to himself, in essence.
Yes.
There are the candles. You can see right there, they're almost all,
Yeah, almost
all
burned out,
melted.
which is freaky.
Oh, that's really good.
That's a nice shot
nice
right
one.
there.
We had to go out looking for those posters, which took some time.
Ordered
I
some.
think we ordered some, and the Rain Man poster was probably a $10 poster, which is probably the second or third most expensive item on our budget,
Yeah, and the
aside
wig.
from the wig, which was about $100.
Maybe the tapes to film the film.
Yeah, yeah.
I said film the film.
Film the film. Now here's one of Rob's great acting moments
Yeah,
here.
I
Lots of
wanna-
emotion.
Well, I wanted to create kind of a false emotion because, you know, he's a bit paranoid and insane, so he's really not going to cry like a normal person,
And I think
which I could have done, but I chose not to.
I think you were using some method acting here, weren't you?
Yeah, it's called the cry loudly method.
Cried loudly.
Yes.
Yeah.
But you can see he's distraught.
You had to think of a sad time in your life to cry.
I
Maybe
think-
the time that you left my bedroom.
No, I think it was the time that you came over.
Oh, okay.
You can pick any one of
Oh,
those.
you're true.
Um,
And here's the, this is like a psychedelic crazy send-off thing where,
yeah, I wanted this to be a little different, but
but I wouldn't let you.
yeah, you can only do so much when you're working with digital video. So we settled for this, but I think it worked nicely.
We wanted to have this, the smell sensation
We wanted you
here,
to be able to smell this, but
but we couldn't figure
couldn't
that
come
out.
through.
Yeah, this.
Yes.
Now, this has been known to make some ladies ill. So if you're a lady, you might get ill watching this, this scene.
I like that one.
Oh, and that's the end.
And there's a little shot of Caine. Now we out here with another quote from Michael Caine. This is a real quote.
Which is
We thought it
very
finished it off.
appropriate.
Yeah, this was kind of an afterthought too. Taken from his book, Acting in Film.
By Michael Caine.
Yes. Overall, I think it was a fine effort. I think it would have been more popular if other people had seen it.
And if people knew who Michael Caine was overall.
Right. A lot of people don't know who that is, which is why we made the film.
Correct. Well, that's it. Thanks
Yeah.
for joining us.
We hope you enjoy the film because we enjoyed making it.
And we'll see you
At the movies.
We'll see you back here for the next film.
And for now, the balcony is closed.
Hey, that's a good one.
Hey,
Goodbye. All right, we're rolling.
so what does that mean?
We hit record and start talking. Or play.
Right now?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, we want to welcome you to the director's commentary of Screening Caine.
Wait, we'll try it again.
Oops.
Turn that down a little bit.
Oh, for God's sake.
You have to say who you are, don't you?
Yes. When do we start?
Now.
Okay, well, we want to welcome you to the director's commentary here of Screening Caine.
I start again.
Oh, boy.
Wait till the words start. We're getting all this. We can,
No,
we can
you
use
can
it.
hear that.
Huh?
You don't have to wait till the words start, do you?
Oh. Well, that's cool. We gotta start it so it.
Maybe we
lines
gotta
up.
wait till the words start before we talk. Let him read it.
Ah, that's pretty good.